Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Oh, I forgot about all my charms. Okay, let me put these up. I don't need all these soul. I don't need all these soul hearts anymore.
So little time.
You're hoarding
charms. I don't need all
charms.
these blue masks anymore. Give me all my offensive capabilities again. Let's get that. There we go. Now I feel more properly enabled for combat.
Gotta have me look at charms.
Stop the coach.
So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that nice little plot dump that happened in the previous part, because we're never going back. No. There is some plot, just it's going to take us a little while because I'm going to be heading onwards to find more secrets I can get now that I have obtained this new dash ability that allows me to ignore damage for a little bit of time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep, we got that cool Inviso Dash or whatever, which I can't think of another game that did something like this. The only one that comes to mind is Axiom Verge.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Well, I call it the Inviso Dash in that when I dash it... oh, no, God. Oh, my God. I can't believe I just had a brain fart. Cuphead did it.
Yeah, I was about to say, freaking Cuphead had it, too.
Yes, Cuphead's dash. This lets me do a Cuphead dash, except it has to be on a cooldown, and oh, the corpse of a Garpede.
And that's how you get the journal entry for it.
Because otherwise, there's no way in the heck can you actually kill the dang things. Let's go down. And
well, that does make you wonder what did kill him.
I don't know. Maybe one of these things. But yeah. So now we're gonna start seeing challenges where I. So now we're gonna start seeing challenges where I need to use my invisible dash to ignore damage and go past obstacles.
Right.
Oops. Nope. Ah. Let's try that again.
Like that.
I mean, all things considered, like, it doesn't look like the recharge rate is really that bad.
No, you just have to, it's like maybe a second or 2 seconds maybe.
Yeah, it's just enough to get past what you need to get past.
And with this charm, which I'm not going to use, I'm not going to use this. I'm not going to use this charm too much. But with this charm, it makes it so that my shadow dash actually deals some damage to people.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So extra bonus.
Hi. So let's head back the way I came, because I think that was the main reason I showed up here. Although I think there's another little goodie. Again, there's backtracking all over the place, and I'm doing my best to kind of like meter it out. Like, hey, I can now go and do this thing now.
Welcome
I feel
to
strong enough,
my friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
All things considered, though, I think this is probably one of the longer ones.
I'm curious about, so that's what I'm gonna say. When Silk Song comes out, we're not gonna get to it immediately, just because I'm gonna want to map, just like with any Metroidvania. I like to play them first so I can map out, like, get off what is like the best route to. Don't do it.
Yeah. It wasn't worth it, dude.
So that I can. Ow. Okay. Keep the juggling. Keep the pogoing. I mean, but yeah. So that's why. Oh.
Whoa.
Keep Scrooge McDucking it.
Almost. Anything over here?
No?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I want to ask, since we were just talking about the length of Metroidvanias, a part of me is curious. Oh. Don't.
Oh, another mask.
Hey, as you're saying?
Just in terms
this
of,
time
like,
on the soul vessels, but yeah.
Like we were talking about, like, the length of Metroidvanias. Within just Metroid itself, what would you guys say is, like, the longest Metroid game?
I mean, out of those that I've played, it's hard to say, but a part of me wants to say maybe... What the heck?
Huh?
Wait a minute.
What?
Well, that's not the only danger I had to overcome in my quest for glory. You've noticed this trophy, haven't you? A keepsake for my final triumphant battle deep in the pit below us. What? Yes, Lifeender claimed another victim, and the crowd erupted into ecstatic cheering. Cheering that was both loud and utterly sincere. To what do I owe my long string of triumphs and victories, you ask? As I said earlier, the key is in my personal philosophy, the 57 precepts of Zolt.
Which, if I talk to him, he would actually go through all 57 of them.
Oh no.
But I'm not going to go through all of them. Each one's like their own little, like, small little sentence like this. Always win your battles. And what do you have to say, Bretta?
Grey Prince, so dark, so troubled.
Oh boy, she's found another.
So yeah, when we go in here...
Oh yeah, she's the fangirl.
She took down all our stuff.
Oh no.
So now she's fangirling over Zote.
Of course.
The Grey Prince. Heavy breaths flush from the... Oh yeah, that was you, sorry.
Yeah, the figure emerged from the well. Triumph was his and the trophy he bore to prove it. The fearsome skull of his vanquished opponent. Startling warning he brought to the village, one that rung so true. Their white savior, thought a hero by the bugs, was a vicious beast, and this shrouded gray prince was in truth the hero deserved.
What?
Wow.
With honor and humility, he recounted his quest below, his epic journey of one purpose, to find her, to protect her, his gray maiden, his partner in darkness.
I'm sorry, did she just forget that we're the ones who saved her in the first place?
She's quick to hop on the bandwagon, but
Yeah.
fortunately, if I talk to the other bugs, they don't believe it for a second. The lovely young lass returned to us. I must admit I placed thin odds on her survival. Seems to think very highly of a rescuer, some sort of dashing warrior type, that barely stopped gushing since she got back. The warrior must have passed down below whilst I was taking a nap. Such a shame. I'd have loved to meet so impressive a bug. We're right here.
You know what they say,
And then-
fandoms come
yeah,
and
that's
fandoms
it.
go.
Yeah,
So yeah.
like trends.
Ain't that right, Gui?
I know. I'm really. I'm not sure what else to add to that. It's just.
No, I know.
I know we've all in the same
they're-
boat.
It's the
I mean,
facts
they're
of life.
fads. Like, I mean, the fads of life. It happens. Like, it's just, you know, like I remember, like, I remember jumping all through all sorts of like things I was super into. I loved the world of Sega's Knights. I then got really into Sonic. Then was back into Mario. Then super into Sly Cooper. Then Splatoon.
I
Like,
know.
it's just-
Yeah,
But
it's a
we
vicious
don't-
cycle.
We don't diss any of the other stuff that we used to be into.
That is true. I mean, unless say that IP you love so dearly just betrayed you in one sense or another.
Yeah.
Sonic.
Well, that's. But I mean, but at the same time, you still have a fan outlet to go to. Like,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have Sage. You have other. At least it's not.
I make
all
that
for
joke. I
naught.
mean, and I'm still probably a diehard Sonic fan at heart.
And
When
to
the
be
next
fair,
one when
to be
the
fair-
next one comes out, you're at least going to be curious. Go ahead,
Of
Hype.
course.
I was about to say, to be fair, you say Sonic. I think there might be other franchises that are a little bit more guilty about that right now.
I'm sorry.
No,
Can you repeat that? You had a frog in your throat there.
That was a
Oh, at the last bit. Oh, okay. Oh, he was trying to like. It's
Anyway.
okay. So that being said, when Silk Song comes out, we're not going to cover it immediately because I'm going to want to map out what should I do when, because this whole map we still haven't covered like a good like fifth of it. Still, we still have we still have a whole new area we haven't even explored yet. We have the rest of Deepness that'll lead us to to one of the Dreamers, and there's still that tower in the City of Tears we haven't fully explored yet. So we have some cleanup ahead of us.
And again,
Holy shit!
this is a $15 game.
And there's
what the-
so much.
Go ahead, Hype.
I'm good.
Oh, everything okay, man?
No, it's not that everything's not okay. It's just that I guess I think a lot of it has to do with the fact with how sporadic we are with recording this, but I guess it's just an instance of I'm just kind of scraping at things to say about the game.
Oh, well, I was doing some voice acting. That was okay. But no, it's just, I totally get it. The issue, guys, is that we have a lot of projects, and a lot of projects that require a lot of people. And for fairly obvious reasons, when a lot of the people are present for the things, we want to try and prioritize and tackle those things out of the way as soon as possible. Also, hang on a second. I remember I killed that weird laser crystal bug thingy, but he left before I could actually like properly kill him.
You're right.
And now that I have the double jump, I can go up here to.
Oh, there he is.
Looks like he hasn't
You
forgotten
want-
that little scuffle earlier.
And he now deals double damage because he's really mad.
He wasn't quite done yet.
Nope. So be careful because again, he deals double damage now. Summons a
Damn
bunch
it.
of lasers.
Yeah, I just remember hating this second encounter so much.
Dude,
You really have to keep an eye out on where you have to really have a. This is the kind of game where you definitely kind of like Cuphead, I guess. You want to keep your eyes on everything to make sure that nothing catches you off guard.
Unlike,
and again, use your spells.
wow.
unlike Cuphead, though, if you end up dying to this thing, you only get reset right in the last place you saved.
Yeah, so make sure you sit at a bench beforehand.
Right.
Yeah.
Which there fortunately is one directly below him. But yep, there we go. Now we properly kill him and get some more goodies.
You know, I'm not gonna mince words. Like, I feel like this is a game where I understand why I wanted to go with the philosophy, the overall design philosophy it did, and that's perfectly fine. A part of me feels like this game could have totally gotten away with a pseudo easy mode where some of it was like well, you didn't have to worry too much about, like, going too far back if you die, or, I don't know, maybe you had a little more health, just stuff of the sort.
Yeah, like little
so
buffs.
Maybe I see. I see where you're coming from, like in assist mode.
Though, I will say though, like I would appreciate like this game having an easy mode, but I could understand if like if there were an easy mode, it would lock out the true ending for those that would want it.
I could see that. Well, I mean, they if it helps, they have all sorts of charms. Like again, they have some charms that I showed off that like give you much more like extra health. There are charms that can make it easier to heal, so you can move out.
Yeah.
So you can move around while healing.
Yeah, it's just the matter of finding them in the first place.
Right, and again, there's a trade-off. Like again, this ability of mine that whenever something deals damage to me, I can immediately deal damage again. That's a charm I'm equipping. Like so, the game. I will say the game has a very brutal early game. When you're first starting off, and you don't have many maps, and you're not familiar with the areas, so you're getting lost or trying to run around. So yeah, I think early game, this game can be pretty dang rough. Like again, like I think I think when we started this whole commentary, I mentioned like it's still so weird for me to go back to this game and not have my double jump and my dash right off the bat, because I'm so used to using them to just do stuff like this and just break the place.
Like say for those that say if you're someone who's like had a hell of a time going through Symphony of the Night, you have all of your epic abilities, and you start a new playthrough. It's like you only have so much of that at the beginning, and then the good old Grim himself takes all that shit away from you.
And then there's people who play Metroid Prime, and then they realize that you don't have the gravity suit right off the bat, and water sucks.
Yeah, it makes you, because when you do get used to that whole moveset, when you don't have it anymore, it's like, fuck, I forgot how hard this was. Now I miss all my abilities.
Yeah. We get it too easy.
Yeah.
Oh, hi Cody.
Aww. She's raising a fuss. She doesn't like it when that happens either.
Cody,
she's like, and I worked so hard.
Cody wanted to object
to my statement earlier.
Well, what was the statement again?
We all have it too easy.
And she's like, oh yeah?
Sorry about that.
I had to go see the vet one.
Human.
I had a good time.
No, hear me out. It's like, we have it too easy. That Cody's like, oh yeah? Well, watch this. And then he starts barking his head off, and that's why we had to step out for a bit.
I had a really bad thought.
It was all staged from the beginning.
Yeah, I fooled you all.
It's oddly amusing, since dog-related matters is why I had to BRB for a second earlier.
Oh, you're fine. Do you have a particular metric? Oh, actually... So up here, we reach the very highest peak of Hollow Nest, and this is where we're going to get a little bit of lore, I can tell you, is that before the worm showed up, before the White King who raised Hollow Nest, there was another god known as the Radiance. And that is the statue above us. That is the Radiance. It was worshipped by these moth folk, and it was worshipped by the moth folk. Oh, jeez, rough luck there, pal. And that Radiance. Yeah, and now that we have the dash, I can now go over here to get to another spell. So the Radiance was another godlike being that existed before the White King, before the worm appeared and took over. So I guess we can talk about that now. So the issue that happened here, to make up for the fact that not a lot of lore stuff's happening, may as well have a little history lesson while we go through another little challenge area to get a new spell, is that when the worm showed up and became the White King and gave Hollow Nest all the beings of Hollow Nest their increased advanced civilization, to have a kingdom, to worship him, he basically took over and got rid of the original religion that was there that used to worship the Radiance, because get it, moths being drawn to a flame and all that.
Right.
So the Radiance is a real being, and it didn't like this, and
So it's the age-old tale of some other higher being stepping on another higher being's turf, and the other higher being.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
about that.
It's like, hey, this guy's stepping all this guy's throwing. What do you call it? Damn it!
He's letting out all these ugly pugs into my facility. Well, here's what I say to you. Have some rain, motherfucker!
So there we go. I now have the evolved form of the downward smash, which I think now means I have all of the I now have all of the evolved spells. So great. But yeah, and that lore-wise, that is the source of the corruption. That is what is that's what's happening.
So the source of the corruption is literally raid.
Radiance.
It's the radiance. It's the radiance.
It's radiance, not rain.
It's the radiance being like, how dare you worship this guy and not me?
So yeah, so the radiance is retaliating by driving everybody insane. Thus, the Hallownest Kingdom fell apart. The White King tried to stop the corruption, and that's why he created the Hollow Knight to hopefully contain the radiance and prevent it from escaping. But clearly, that whole plan's starting to crumble, and it's up to us to try and fix things before the whole world gets probably threatened by it.
Right.
So we're just fighting. So we're probably going to be going up against a god soon. So that's not going to be fun.
No pressure.
Yeah. No pressure whatsoever.
Oh boy.
We're nothing more than a shadow.
Boy, let's fight another. So yeah, let's fight another warrior, kind of like we did No Eyes or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Because we need to get our we need to get those essence points. Yeah. Otherwise, what was I gonna say? That's fine. I'm gonna start spamming my spells and deal a butt ton of damage.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Next phase. Come on.
Doing a shit ton.
I'm just screaming out. There we go. So, I don't know. Again, I don't know if I ever mentioned this, but again, I would love like an art book of this whole game, maybe, or if they had, or like we were talking about a couple other parts ago, if they did something like this with Redgrave or whatever the one is with the Mouse Kingdom, if they made something like that, like a Metroidvania with the Mouse Kingdom stuff, Redwall or whatever it's called, that would be cool. Do you have like a favorite comic book or some sort of indie story that you like hype that you would like to see in a game format?
Well, let me see. Discounting the more popular stuff like Spider-Man and Batman and whatnot, one that I know they tried years ago, but I honestly think is due for a reattempt. I wouldn't mind them seeing tackling Bone again, but with the better story capabilities we have in games nowadays.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
I still agree with you that, especially with nowadays, especially with all the new hand-drawn animations we've seen, a new Comic Zone would be sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Comic Zone would be good. I'm trying to think. As far as, graphic, let me see. I know this is kind of unlikely since he's not to say he's unpopular, but he's not like the big cash cows they usually get. I kind of want to see a Shazam game.
That'd be nice.
Like an open world thing. I could see that.
All that for a Deaky Hollowness seal. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, again, we have plenty of essence, so we can just keep talking to her until we get better upgrades from her. She's like our bank thingy. What else? I know.
Which is funny because technically, I think we already met up with the bank bug earlier.
No, we haven't yet.
We haven't. Okay, then. Well,
not yet.
Are you ever going to see that bank bug?
Yes, I will. We'll be showing that off later.
Okay.
What the?
What's happening?
Oh, that was her opening the doorway to the graveyard that James and I first tried to cause a ruckus in and got our butts handed to us in. Don't go in there and cause a ruckus.
Whatever you do.
That is the no ruckus zone. Are you making a ruckus?
You get the boot.
It's like, no, we're just
having a ruckus. Don't go giving me the silent treatment now. I know you're about to start a ruckus.
It's just like, are you starting a ruckus in there? No, we're just having a rumpus. All right, then, carry on.
What's a rumpus?
But if I see any rumps going to... Okay, I can't continue that statement.
I'm trying to think of other words that are synonymous with ruckus.
I don't know, but again, it's one of those words I love. I love it when I hear it, like when Patrick was like, "Hey, SpongeBob, what's with all the ruckus?" I don't know, just there are some deliveries of those words I like that, like ruckus, rumpus, tookus. Everyone okay with the commentary as I just ramble on words that rhyme for no goddamn reason?
You're fine.
Yeah, this year's the guardian of the Kickstarter grave.
Yep. This. Oh yeah. I guess we can talk about that. Yeah. This is the Kickstarter grave where all the Kickstarters got to make all. These are all the bug designs that couldn't quite fit into the narrative of the game, but they still wanted to give them something like some form of like, presentation in the game.
So, yeah, that's a good
idea.
idea.
So they are spirits who reside here. And I don't know if they got to write their own dialogue as well, but I like it.
Yeah.
And yes,
the graveyard of potential ideas. And
yes. Since they are spirits, you can use your dream nail to harness them for essence, like I did with the singer. However,
don't do that,
because the guardian gets really upset, and he deals double damage and is very fast. And only if I could get away with it would I try. I actually totally know how to do it. Anyway,
honestly, the payout, you don't get that great of a payout for absorbing them all, and I mean, I'm not sure how much you get from absorbing the Guardian once you're done with everyone else.
Just one. Literally every one of them just gives him one.
Then yeah, there's unless you're really starving for the stuff, don't even bother.
Yeah. So yep, in the next part, join us. As I mentioned, we should probably get back to work on saving the world. So in the next part, we're going to be taking down the next dreamer.
Alrighty. See ya.